Last week I shared a video about knooking, which means knitting with a crochet hook, and wow, it got quite a response. I love seeing all of your curiosity, your questions, and yes, even some strong opinions. Since then, I've still been experimenting, and thanks to a viewer comment, I discovered something that really surprised me, an even easier way to nook. So today I want to show you this third method. There is a pattern book using this technique. It's by Laura Strutt. You can even find a few sample pages on Amazon. It shows how to do the technique, but it doesn't give it a name. So I really don't know what to call this, and I can't find anything else out there. If you missed the first video, I do recommend that you check that out because I go into more detail about what nooking is, along with the two primary methods. I'm going to be moving through this pretty quickly just so I can show you this third way. So just like before, you're going to add a slip knot to your hook and make a chain. Quick reminder, the loop on the hook does count as a stitch. I've made 7 chains, so I want to see 7 loops. Now the beauty of this technique is we're going to be doing the same movements for both the knit and purl stitch. We're going to be entering the stitch from right to left, just like typical crochet, but instead of doing a yarn over, you're going to do a yarn under for both knit and purl stitches. So starting in the second chain from the hook, 1, 2, go in. So yarn under and pull through. Go in, yarn under, pull through. And keep an eye on your tension. You don't want to get too tight. Go in, under, pull through. All the way across. Scoot your stitches onto the line. And you may be noticing here that I'm using something different from last week. Last week I used yarn. This week I went to the store and found some cord, and this was also another game changer. And that's because it doesn't split. It's slightly stiffer, but still pliable enough to work with. I found this in the jewelry making section. You're looking for nylon cord or rat tail. Another great option is a cotton nylon yarn. I really think that's my favorite. Again, it really does help maintain the tension, but the yarn does not split. Many of you asked if you could use a Tunisian hook with this method, and yes, you can, as long as it has a cord attached to it. Now, the one that I got had a stopper attached to it that did not come off, so I snipped it off, but I found the wire to be too stiff. I did not get on with it at all. It just did not work, so I scrapped that idea. But another thing you can try is just to take a long metal hook and tape a piece of yarn to it. Just make sure that the yarn is not thicker than your hook, and don't go too crazy with the tape itself, because you want to make sure that your loops can slide smoothly across. That's a pretty good option, especially if you can't find the hook size that you want to use. Let's do one more knit stitch. Make sure that the active yarn is in the back. Entering from right to left, go in, yarn under the hook, pull through. Right to left, yarn under the hook, pull through, all the way across. Release the line. Scoot your stitches and turn. One thing with this cord, it likes to come undone, so I just kind of snug it back in place. I don't double knot it because then again it's too hard for the stitches to slide through. And that's your knit stitch. Let's go ahead and try the purl stitch. Yarn is in front, and we're doing the same thing, going in from right to left, yarn under, and pull through. You want to see a horizontal bar. That's your purl stitch. Make sure that the active yarn is in front of your hook. If you want, you can manipulate it with your fingers. The way I tension my yarn, I just make sure that the hook is behind the yarn when I make my stitch. Going in from right to left, yarn under the hook, pull through. And I'm doing a twisting motion because I don't want to accidentally twist my stitch. Going behind, right to left. Release the yarn, scoot your stitches, and turn. So if you keep alternating the knit and purl stitch, you're going to get what's called the stockinette stitch. If you were to just keep doing knit stitches row after row, you'd get the garter stitch. So here I'm going to alternate just so you can see it. Back to a knit stitch, yarn is in the back, enter from right to left, under, pull through, all the way across. Release the line, scoot your stitches, and turn. Back to a purl stitch, active yarn is in the front, entering from right to left, under, pull through. Under, pull through. Release the line, scoot your stitches, and turn. To bind off or cast off, very simple. We're going to do it as a knit stitch. So we're on the front of our work with the yarn in the back. Make your first stitch, just like normal. When you move on to the second one, make your next stitch, and then pull that loop through the previous one, just like you would do with a slip stitch. Go in, pull through, slip stitch. Go in, pull through, slip stitch, all the way across. There you go. And then use your favorite method for fastening off, just like you would with crochet. I'm not going to do any kind of knot. I'm just going to snip the yarn and pull through. Going forward, this is probably the method I'm going to use. It's very intuitive as a crocheter. It feels very normal. If you've ever done amigurumi, then the yarn under for you will also feel very natural. One quick note, if you want to do circular nooking, that is really easy to do because now it really feels like crochet. You're just entering from right to left and doing a yarn over, round after round after round. If you'd like to learn more about that, just let me know in the comments. That's what I'm going to be learning and practicing in the background. But next week I will be coming back with a crochet video. So let me know in the comments if you've seen this method before. Again, I'll go ahead and link the book that was recommended to me with this style. But if you have any other resources, please let me know. If you are already a confident knitter, then this probably isn't for you. But if you're a crocheter interested in knitting, I think this is a fun option. I Having said that, I think it's really important to learn about traditional knitting, learn the anatomy of a knit and purl stitch. You're going to have so much more success if you really understand the nature of the loops, especially things about the leading leg and trailing leg. If you understand that, then you can avoid the twisting. And I've added a link in the description box with a video that I think you'll find really helpful. If you missed the first video where I go into more detail showing you how to do the Western and Japanese style, I recommend that you watch that next. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.